Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at this Your Overseas Home webinar. My name is Christopher Nye, Senior Editor at Your Overseas Home and Greek Property Guides. Today, we will be chatting with Bambos Michael from Cyprus Emerald about your viewing trip to Cyprus, the business end of buying a property after all that planning, all those years of thinking about it. Should we, shouldn't we? Yes, let's do it. Finally, you're looking at property, so really exciting times. It's great to have you all with us, whether you are live with us or catching up on demand. We only have 30 minutes, so we'll get straight on. And if you have a question, please type your question into the query tab into the right-hand side of your screen. We are very much focusing on the nuts and bolts of a viewing trip today. So if you have any questions on visas and things like that, do ask, but we'll perhaps come to those afterwards. But do please check out the on-demand section of Your Overseas Home, and you'll find recordings of webinars that cover all of those topics there. And of course, if you need a reminder of anything discussed today, or want to share this with family and friends, a replay will be available on the Your Overseas Home website to watch at your leisure. And we've just redone the website, and it's fantastic. There's all these functions and all these articles and exciting stuff on there. So do take a look. Okay, so Bambos, it would be great if you could please start by giving us a quick summary as to who you are and how Cyprus Emerald can help our viewers today.
Hello everyone, my name is Bambos Michael. I'm the sales manager here at Emerald Properties. Everyone in Cyprus sounds like me. No, they don't. I'm originally from London, so that's where the accent comes from. The good thing is though, most people do speak English, so it's a great place for us Brits to come. Cyprus Emerald is an independent real estate agent. We've been in the business in this market for well over 20 years. And we basically service all the areas in Cyprus, all the major locations that you would have heard and know about. So anywhere on the island that you want to live, we'll be able to help you do that.
Okay, great. Well, okay, let's get on to talking about viewing trips. So if you're planning to come out to Cyprus to look at properties, how far advance is it best to let you know? Presumably, it's not a great idea. It's not ideal to say, right, we're coming tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
How
definitely. Straight away, basically, as soon as you've got the inclination that you want to do this, I would start reaching out to us straight away. As I said, at Cyprus Emerald, one of the things that we pride ourselves is being able to help you with that process. So the more time that we have, the better it is for us to be able to figure out what your needs are to make your either holiday home or your retirement home dream come true. So the more time that we have, the more time that we got a chance to figure out what your needs are, the better it is for us to be able to organise your viewing trip and streamline it so that it's effective and you're not too overpowered when you come over, and it's very, very precise. That way, because everyone's an expert in their own particular area, and they'll be able to match you to the properties that you want. So you get to see 3, 4, 5 properties as opposed to just randomly going on. So the longer we got, the better it is.
Okay, and if you're coming to, well, what time of the week and what time of the year is best? Because I'm thinking it might not be a weekend thing if places aren't open on a Sunday.
No, Cyprus is open on a Sunday, so it's not a problem. It's everything sort of open unless it's a public holidays, but we can figure that in advance to avoid the public holidays. Luckily, we're not like the UK where we've only got 8. We've got quite a few more, so we've got a lot more holiday dates that we can do. Time of the week doesn't really matter. We always say 1 week would be good to come over because it gives you time to have a little bit of a holiday and include your viewing trip. I'll avoid the summer months, the peak season of July and August. For a simple reason, it's if you're just coming around to do a viewing, it's quite warm and you might not be that comfortable. Although it'd be nice to dip in the ocean, but in between, it's warm many months in Cyprus. So off peak, I would probably think it's a better time to come, because it allows us to be able to help you find reasonable accommodation while you're here as well. So it's all tied in together. So anytime you're talking, we've got 30-degree temperatures in September and even October, so you can leave it a bit later. Just the evenings are a bit cooler, so it's a nice.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Cyprus, isn't it? The flights are all year. It's not like Crete or something where you've got to go via Athens. You know, it's a country where you can get to all year, and both sides of the country.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you've got that British connection. There's a lot of expats here, and I mean a lot of expats here, either English-born Cypriots like me that have come back, but and the kids here study quite a lot in the UK as well. So they go to the UK to study. So there's continuous flights 12 months of the year. So British Airways one is 3 times a day, I think, continuous. But Wizz Air flies here, EasyJet flies here, all the Ryanair flies here. So we've got all the low-cost ones that you would need. So it makes it a little bit more affordable to come and go. So it works both ways. If you're having it as a holiday home, you just come for a week whenever you want. So it's quite convenient for that.
Okay, great. So how many properties would you advise looking at each on a trip or each day?
Right. So what we tend to say is we have we advise you come for 7 days, but 4 days we advise to be your viewing trip days. And the reason we do that is we break it down into a couple of days for your viewing. We'd say 4 to 5, 6 properties, I think, would be a right amount. We try to, believe it or not, less is more in all this. So that's why we want to do the research with you and talk to you beforehand, so we know exactly what you need and really focus on that, because we don't want to show you something that you don't really want. So we need to focus on that, and it allows us to do that in a nice, relaxed manner. And then obviously we then need the next day to go back to the ones that we liked, to see them again, and to formulate if you would make an offer or want to progress. And then after that, the 4th day is good to sort out the connection. So if you need the lawyer, need to speak to a bank, need to speak to an accountant, we'll be able to line that and make the introductions, so you can go back to the UK, you've got your introductions, and you can just speak remotely to these people. Also, it lets us show you our after sales team, who will help you to then the next stage as well. So it's all getting all the connections right. And our after sales team are fantastic. They'll be able to liaise with you, your lawyers, if you're going for a new builder developer. So we've got it all in hand for you.
Yeah. What happens about new build properties? Do you have those as well, or do you see like a show home or something? Or
we sell resales and we sell new builds. And with regards to the new builds themselves, is that if you do find the one that you like, there is a process. So we normally go with a reservation fee to start off with, and then there will be a works breakdown, because as you go through the process, you don't have to pay all at once, and you will have a payment term agreed in advance when you go through. On new builds, we have, if it's your first property in Cyprus, we have 5% on the price that you will pay for the property. So if you're buying, for example, a 250 euro villa, it's 250 plus VAT. The VAT for a first build is 5%. Normally 9%.
Okay. So when I'm planning my trip, say I've got a budget of 200,000 euros. What, given the tax and the buying costs and things, what price range should I be looking at if I got 200,000?
What side in
euros? If I got 200,000 euros to spend, what sort of price property should I be looking at?
Well, you'll be looking at about one. You were talking about the price, about 190, which includes your VAT on that, and that would include. In the type of property will be an apartment or a small house or something like that. We'll be able to in most of our areas. And obviously going up and up from there.
Okay, and we would also suggest that people speak to a currency expert as well, so they know exactly how much they.
Absolutely.
So we would certainly recommend speaking to
Yeah,
Smart Currency Exchange about exactly what you'll get for your budget.
absolutely.
We've had a question actually. Do you cover the whole of Cyprus?
We do. We cover the
Great.
whole of Cyprus. We have offices in all the major resorts, and we can even help you with Nicosia, which will be the capital. But the majority of people that come are in the Famagusta region, Larnaca, Paphos, and Limassol. So we got
Okay.
places in all those destinations.
Okay, great. So I know I'm coming. I know what sort of price I'm looking at. What do I need to bring with me in terms of paperwork?
Right. So what we need to do before your trip, when we know you're coming, we'll send you something that's called a KYC, which is know your customer form. In there, you will need your passport, obviously, and there'll be a list of documents that we'll require beforehand. So bring those with you. They're quite straightforward things. There's nothing too scary there, and it's just identification and things like that. And then once you've got those, including proof of funds, and then we can go ahead.
Okay, and what does proof of funds mean in practical terms?
Well, in practical terms, proof of funds will be someone's jotting around next to me. Hold on a minute. I don't know the answer to every question, so I don't. Yeah. Well, so if you've got savings, anything like that, you would just prove along that you've got a bank statement and things like that to prove that you've got the money.
Okay, because I guess a viewing trip is for people who are pretty much it isn't just to come and see if you like Cyprus. It's to come and actually
So for people that are coming to with the intent purpose of buying, we have to, as a licensed real estate agent, have to follow certain criteria. And part of that criteria is that we need to make sure that you are who you say you are and that you have the funds available to purchase in Cyprus. It's the requirements that we have to follow. So this form it won't be shared around. It's just for us and your legal representation to use for your purchase, basically.
Okay. Because that's one of the other benefits of buying in Cyprus. It's people are licensed in this country, and there's no licensing for estate agents, I don't believe.
No, fully licensed. We jump through a few hoops to get our license.
Just one question we've had in. We're assuming you don't do Northern Cyprus.
No.
Okay, we've got that sorted. Great. Okay. So we've got proof of funds. We know how much we're spending. So on the what should we expect on the day? Where do you start? Where do people? Well, actually, before that, do people they're organising their own accommodation and car, or can you give them a lift around?
Yes, obviously we've got cars, and we'll be taking people we'll be picking up in the morning and take them to locations of where the properties are. With regards to accommodation, as long as it's off peak and they're coming with the intention to buy, we will help with the cost of accommodation where it's available, because obviously we've only got a limited amount of space and for the places that we use for our accommodation. So as long as you get in there first, we can definitely help with accommodation. And obviously, the more off peak you are, if you fancy a nice bit of winter sun or something like that and have a look, then you're more likely to be able to have an apartment to stay in from us.
Okay. So we now, so the next stage of the buying process, I guess, is looking at the properties. So you'll collect them, and then what happens?
Yeah, then as I said, we'll go around, we'll check all the different locations, we'll talk through the projects. If it's a resale, it's an easy case of just going around to the house involved or the apartment involved, walking around, seeing it, similar kind of thing as we've got in the UK. With a new build or off plan, it's a little bit more different. We will go to the location so you can see where the location is. We'll show you the plans in the office and talk it through. There is also different flexibilities with the developers that you can tailor the house yourself. You might not want this tile, you want that tile. So we'll start talking through what you'll be able to do. And that when you go through the next stage of that, the developer will take hold of you and say to you that this is what you want to do. And we'll talk you through that process. We'll talk you through the process of buying a new build, seeing it, going through the plans, showing you to understand the plans, and then telling you what the different payment options are going forward. So be nice and thorough, but nice and relaxed at the same time.
Okay, we've had a question from Mirella, who says, how safe is it to purchase a new build? What about any lien on this property by the builders?
No, it's perfectly safe. Your law, you will have. We always recommend to have a legal representative. Bear in mind, guys, that the laws in the UK and Cyprus up to 1960 were exactly the same. So it's very similar in terms of what you'd experience in the UK in terms of buying the conveyancing. And you only pay for what you get. So let's say you're doing a new build. The first bit, as I said, you would pay a reservation. Once you've done the reservation, it will then go to your lawyer. Your lawyer will then do any searches to make sure everything's okay with the company, that the land is clear, there's no debt on it, the usual sort of processes. Once that hurdle's been cleared, you will then negotiate with the developer the next payment tranche. Normally, it's about 30%. 30% till the skeleton gets built and everything around, and then we start another 20 until it's completely built. Normally a bit left at the end, so you can go around for snagging to make sure they've done everything to do. So it's a gradual process. You'll be able to follow the process yourself step by step, and once you've done that, we will be having, and obviously we've got our after sales team that will be able to check for you, and we'll be following the process as well. So we handle everything for you there, so everything's fine.
Okay, here's an interesting question, which I've never had before. What happens in the UK if you're buying a property? You can end up in a chain. Does that ever happen in
It can happen. Again, if you're buying a resale, it can happen. It's like anywhere else. They're not chains that go on and on. You might have one, maybe two people in the chain. I've never known it be more, to be honest with you, because most people that are in chains it's because one person is just selling to go, and it's normally not an issue. So not really something that we've really come across. We've been doing it here for, I said, 20 years, and it's not ever been a real problem.
Okay, so of perhaps more interest to most viewers then. So we love the property. It's priced at 200,000 or 300,000 or whatever. Should we be asking below the ask? Should we be offering below the asking price?
But with regards to a resale, we normally say a 5%, an offer of 5% below what they offer. Obviously, depending on the situation, you can obviously offer more. Worst case, and others say no. But normally say around 5% underneath the asking price is a fair figure. With regards to new builds and off plans, look, there's loads of things that you can have, so we can negotiate and help you with that to get either some aircon or something included in the price, solar panels, all these sort of things that we can sort of help add to it, and also get a discount for you if there's one available. What I said, because we know and deal with all the developers, we've got quite a strong hand in being able to do that. So I'm able to advise you on where to put an offer in or whatever.
Okay. Does a standard property in Cyprus, what does it normally come with? Does it come with white goods or things? Or
no, the standard wouldn't come with white goods. The kitchen, bathrooms, the aircon normally is an extra, but it's something that we quite often negotiate. The white goods as well. Everything is negotiable, depending on the developer and depending on how you're going to pay. For example, I had a client of mine recently who paid a larger amount up front, and because they did that, the developer offered some white goods as part of the whole package, because it showed their commitment matter and it moved it on forward. So everything is negotiable when it comes to white goods, any kind of extras, and it depends. In some of them, even swimming pools, there needs to be added on. Most, especially in the coastal areas, come with swimming pools, and you'll see it. Others sometimes they let you add it, because some people don't want, believe it or not, because we're so near the sea, they don't see the need of a swimming pool. They prefer a larger garden. We've got the roof gardens, which are really, really nice in Cyprus to have, because it's a story higher. You can normally get fresher weather conditions up there, the higher up you are, and you get a nicer view. So roof gardens are something as well that people can add and negotiate and figure out a nice price. So it's a really good area to entertain. So we use all the space. So it's really good.
Okay. We've had a question. Where is particularly hot at the moment in terms of prices? Where are prices rising? Where's the most popular area at the moment?
Well, listen, the popular, all the coastal areas are really popular. Petaris, Napa, Paralimni area, the Famagusta region is really doing well at the moment, and a lot's being built, and they're really nice villas and apartments getting built. It's fantastic. Larnaca is another area which is really up and coming at the moment. With Larnaca at the minute, it was one of the less developed areas in Cyprus, but they've put quite a bit of money in it now. So they're redeveloping the seafronts, and I went past today and it's really nice what they're doing. A new 2 billion marina has been signed off and work has started on that. So
did you say billion?
That's right, 2 billion.
Wow.
Billion.
Yeah, no, you said billion. I was just
billion, 2 billion project it's really nice. It's all online, so anyone wants to go and check in Larnaca the development for the marina, it's online. You can check it out. It'll be really amazing when it gets finished. It's quite a way off being finished, but they're starting that now. So prices in Larnaca are now starting to rise. So if you're looking for somewhere that you're going to get maybe an increase in your purchase price, Larnaca's a really good area, and the beaches are really nice. It's a coastal town. It's a bigger town than the Famagusta region, so it's active 12 months of the year. Where sometimes with the Famagusta region, it does get quieter in the winter months. But at the end of the day, it's the most tourism does come to the Famagusta region. So, and there's a reason for that, because the beaches here have been voted 3rd best in the world. So the beaches are amazing, absolutely amazing.
It got a bit of a reputation, didn't it, Napa? But it's lost all that now. It's gone for a different market.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. They're now, just to give people the English people to understand, it's gone away from a Magaluf into more of a Marbella kind of style. And it's really nice day clubs and really nice place to sit at bars. It's really nice to chill out, relax, and it's got that chilled out, relaxed vibe now. Again, a lot of money's been invested in the marina there. It's a new marina's been built. 2 new marinas been built in that area, to be honest with you, and it's really doing well.
Okay, we've had a question from Sam, who's on that subject. He wants to buy a family home, but maybe rent it out when they're not there. So what do we need to know about that? Are there certain areas where you can do that and you can't do that? What is it possible after Brexit, or?
Well, we'll talk. First of all, we'll just talk about the areas. Probably for somewhere like that to be able to maximise any kind of money for rentals would be the Petaris, Paralimni, Napa area. Now, with regards to renting out, there is certain conditions with regards to tax implications and other bits and pieces. So you can do it. It's not really restrictive. A lot of people do it. In fact, a lot of people in the UK do it. They actually, even retirees do it. They stay in Cyprus when it's reasonable. As soon as it gets hot, they rent it out, and they rent it out for good money as well, and go back to England for the summer. But
yeah, that's what I do.
Pick that one up after. Who was it? Sorry, what was the name? To make a note.
No, I was just saying that's what that was Sam.
Sam.
Who asked the question.
Sam was to pick up with us outside. We can go into a bit more detail. But yes, it's possible. Yes, it's no real hassle. But depending on the amount of times he wants to rent it out and how he wants to do it, there may be some tax implications with earning money on the property. But might. It all depends on the scenario.
Okay, so we like the property. We want to buy it. We've made an offer. It's been accepted. What happens next? Do we have to pay any money while we're there, or does it reservation?
We start with the reservation fee, which will be given to the lawyer. So we don't get it, or the developer doesn't get it. It will go to the independent lawyer, because if anything does get found out from the initial checks, then you get your reservation fee back. On the flip side, though, again, for clarification, if you decide to pull out for you don't want it, then unfortunately it is you will lose that reservation.
Okay.
But in normal cases, and even that's negotiable, quite often it is returned.
Okay.
But it's something that people need to know. But if it's a legal issue or something that's not correct, right, and the lawyer flags something, the reservation will be returned to you immediately. But yes, you put a reservation fee would be the first thing while you're going through the process of the lawyer, and that takes it off the market, so no one else can buy it. It's yours until it goes through.
Okay. And so then you've got it, and then the lawyers get to work. We've had a couple of questions on title deeds, so I guess that's one of the questions that your lawyer will clear up quite quickly.
Absolutely, that's something for the lawyer to deal with. With a new build, it's probably the easiest way to make sure that you do get title deeds. You know, again, we are aware that there is people know there's issue with title deeds in Cyprus, but that won't affect you if you're buying a new build or a resale. But even if you buy, a new build or an off plan, but even if you're buying a resale, it will be listed at the beginning if there is a full title deed, a land deed, or no deed. So before you buy, Cyprus is one of the few countries that there is an active buy and sell market with properties that don't have a full deed. It's nothing unusual here. It does happen, but obviously the lawyer will advise if this continue and go through. But in most cases, and all cases with new builds and off plans, it's not an issue because you will get the deed issued at the end. And again, the lawyer will deal with all that.
Okay. Now, so the next phase, we paid our deposit. We're definitely going to have it. Roughly, how soon do you think we'll be moving in?
So this is the debate again. If you're buying an off plan or a new build, then they will give you a time scale at the beginning, and it all depends anything from 6 months to 18 months, depending on what you buy and where you buy it. Not normally going later than that, but obviously with this COVID and also increasing in the problem with building materials, we are experiencing slight delays, but nothing really heavy yet. So we're okay with that. If you're buying a resale, then the resale will need to go through the various processes, and they take in on average 3 months, like the UK, 3-4 months maximum to go through, and you can move in.
Okay.
Sure.
And that's why you need to speak to a currency company, because the pound will have gone up and down all over the place.
Exactly.
And you need to make sure that you can still afford it when you come to buy. Okay. Look, right. So I think we've covered all the process there. So we've got a few questions I'll just sort of throw out that have come in. So Gary is saying he's looking to move out permanently, not looking for too much of a tourist destination, and he's thinking about Paphos. Would this be a good choice? They're looking to come out in the next 4 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Paphos is a lovely location. It's a little bit more quieter than some of the areas in Cyprus. So if you're looking for that oldie worldy sort of vibe for Cyprus, which you get the old traditional villages, it's great. I've been there on holiday quite a few times. There's really lots to see. It's the climate's a little bit more cooler as well, which is nice for people. And it's an absolutely amazing location for people to move to. We've got a lot of expat retirees that really like that area and really good because it is so relaxed down there. If you want something really relaxed and old work, that definitely Paphos is probably for you.
Okay.
And golf. If you like your golf,
and skiing.
Go for your golf. And skiing is like Troodos Mountains for skiing.
Okay, fine. And they're in the middle, so presumably you can go there.
Yeah, you can go up there. From Nicosia, where I live, it's 45 minutes, 50 minutes up there, so it's quite easy from all the locations.
Okay, Lisa has asked where she would find the form you're referring to. I think that's the one, get to know you form. That, but you would send that.
We'll send that out. We'll send that out for you. If anyone is thinking about residency as well, especially if they're going to be retiring here, want to live here, then again, we will work the same process, work with the lawyer to help them get. As someone that's buying in Cyprus, you will be able to access the residency. So anyone wants to get back into Europe, they can do that by buying here. And again, we will help with that process and introduce you to the right people who will be able to help you with the forms and tie it all together So as your sale goes through, you'll get your residency process going through.
Yeah. Your Overseas Home has some great lawyers working in Cyprus. So do contact the team on the phone number on the website, and they can help you find a great lawyer too. Just got time for one. Well, we haven't, but I'm going to ask it anyway. New build. Is new build only under construction, or a new build that's never been occupied but might be a couple of years old? So what's the technical definition?
New build is under construction. If it's something that's already been built, it will be a resale. So there'll be no VAT, for example, on a resale. It's paid once in Cyprus, and that's it. You won't have to pay VAT again.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we have run out of time now. Thank you, Bambos. That was a really comprehensive overview. Lots of insight there. We do recommend that viewers get in touch with Bambos and his team directly to talk about their requirements.
And we look forward to hearing from you, because great place to live.
Yeah,
I'm from London, so I'll tell you.
You convinced me. Yeah, but we've got lots of other resources available on the site. So do to help you along your buying journey, including guides and all the other webinar recordings. So do take a look at Your Overseas Home. Thank you again, Bambos, and thank you for our listeners for tuning in. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.